Hey guys, welcome back to Ball, Board and Bundesliga. What a run it has been for German sides in the UEFA Champions League. Bayern Munich's 8-2 win over Barcelona is something that no football fan will forget for years to come. While RB Leipzig making the last four of the top tier European competition despite literally being born in 2009 is nothing short of a fairy tale. As Bayern gear up to take on giant killing Lyon in the semi-final, they are the bookmakers' favourite to reach the final, but there are a few things to learn from Lyon's wins over Juventus and Manchester City, both of whom are among the top European clubs at the moment. In this episode, we'll do a brief preview of the tactical side of Bayern versus Lyon game. Throughout their Champions League matches this campaign, Lyon have opted for a back three system, flipping between 3-4-3 and 3-5-2. Against both Juventus and Manchester City, they went for a 3-5-2 formation. The system gives them a crowded midfield where the wing-backs have a very important role when it comes to defense to attack and attack to defense transitions. With both Juventus and Manchester City being the kind of teams that rely more on ball possession than counter-attacks, the wing-backs were not found out of defensive cover as much. The presence of 5 people in the midfield does make taking the ball into the opposition team's penalty box a little difficult, especially through possession play. In such a scenario, the opposite team needs outright wingers in order to stretch the wing-backs, but that is exactly what Juventus and Manchester City did not do. Juventus fielded the pairing of Federico Bernardeschi and Adrien Rabiot on the wings, with Gonzalo Higuain and Cristiano Ronaldo up front. Rabiot, as everyone knows, is not a winger and Higuain is just too slow to exploit the out-of-position wingers. The pace and quality of forward passing Sarri wanted in the midfield just couldn't come for them to score that third important goal that could have taken them through. When it comes to Manchester City, Guardiola made the same mistake again by over-analyzing the opponents. He fielded Kevin De Bruyne as a winger. Raheem Sterling and Gabriel Jesus were the only two outright forwards in the game, and that prevented Manchester City from getting the sort of width in the game they needed against Lyon. The wingbacks once again found ample space and time for their attacking and defensive transitions. Guardiola matched Lyon's 3-5-2 formation, a system that Man City have barely used this season in the Premier League. The usual energy on the flanks, creativity in the midfield and intent going forward was missing as everyone barring Kevin De Bruyne lacked clarity. Kyle Walker was found out of position so many times while the right-footed João Cancelo at left back didn't quite get the opportunity to play the kind of forward passes that Lyon fullbacks managed to. When it comes to going forward, Lyon tend to put more players on a single flank which is called wing overload system, allowing one of their two strikers to take a position up top in order to create more chances through counter-attacks. Against Juventus, Lyon overcrowded the side where Cristiano Ronaldo was playing in order to give him less time and space to play his game. They also targeted the makeshift right back Juan Cuadrado throughout the game. Against City, Guardiola's misguided system made it easy for Lyon to find City players out of position time and time again. Be it Maxwell Cornet's opener or Moussa Dembele's first strike, Lyon scored by exposing Man City backline with 2 direct runs before Ederson's howler won the game for the French side. And this is one area where Bayern also need to be careful, since the Germans also tend to play a high line. Unlike Juventus and Man City, Bayern do not have one particular source from where the game will be run. Yes, it's Thiago who will once again be in charge of controlling the transitions from defense to attack, but in Bayern, Lyon will be facing a team, contrary to the group of individuals they have come across when they face Juventus and Man City in the recent matches. Unlike these two sides, Bayern have outright wingers in the form of Serge Gnabry, Kingsley Coman and Ivan Perisic. In Thomas Müller, they have the best interpreter of space when it comes to off-the-ball movements, a quality I don't think anyone in the world has. The fluidity of Bayern's midfield is what will make this job incredibly challenging for Lyon. Manchester City tried to adapt to Lyon's tactics and failed, but Hansi Flick will be backing Bayern to play their usual game that has seen them win every single contest in the Champions League this season. Thomas Müller and Leon Goretzka for me will be very important in the semi-final. Lyon have looked prone to runs from the midfield quite often this season, and in this Bayern team it's Müller and Goretzka who will look to expose this particular weakness of the French side. One Lyon player that I think can be really dangerous against Bayern is Memphis Depay. He did trouble German players during the last Netherlands versus Germany game I remember, and his directness would be tricky to deal with. It might not be a free-flowing game like it was against Barcelona, but by maintaining the same level of focus as Bayern have this season, I think it shouldn't be difficult for them to reach the final. That was all from me today about this big semi-final. Do not forget to hit the like and subscribe button. I will see you around next time.